Hey VC, this is Harvey of Spin the Black Circle. Hope everyone is well and doing good things. This is an impromptu review of the just released VinylPhyle cut of the sophomore self-titled Sheryl Crow LP, 30th anniversary of this album. The LP where she split from the Tuesday Night Music Club and Bill Bottrell and team, and proved on her own merit that she was and is an A-list pop star and singer-songwriter. It's an album that's meant a lot to me over the years, and I've spent the last 10 years wondering if this is ever going to come out on vinyl, and finally here it is. So because I'm not really an audiophile as such, I don't buy audiophile releases because they're audiophile. I wait for LPs that I really love, and if they are released in quality audiophile or premium reissues, then that is when I'm tempted, and so I am super stoked to have this. Having spun it, wow! So this is my first VinylPhyle pressing via the Universal label, and all I can see is it's like a black backdrop with virtually no surface noise, with the instruments hanging in it. It just sounds wonderful. I must have played the Sheryl Crow LP in excess of 50 or 100 times over the last 30 years, and it was like listening to it afresh tonight. The cliches were all there. You know, there's even a horn section or a horn instrument on Sweet Rosalind that I never even knew was there, having played it, all of those times on CD. So if there's an advert for occasionally buying an album you love on an audiophile pressing, this is it. And it's interesting actually because this was digitally recorded, I believe, and also the master tapes were destroyed in 2008 in that horrendous Universal warehouse fire. So that's why I never thought this would actually come out on vinyl. So what did they do? They found the best. Universal sourced the best digital version that they could, and then they used an analog signal path to cut the lacquers. So if you'd have said to me that they'd found an analog tape and cut it from there, and that it was originally cut in analog, I would believe you, because this sounds incredibly organic, warm. The instrument separation, her voice, it doesn't sound like there's a digital step, even though there clearly is, both in terms of the original tape and the master that they had to use. It doesn't hurt that these things are cut at RTI, one of the best pressing plants in the world, in my opinion. There's no surface noise at all to speak of on the entire album. You can just enjoy the music. So if this, my first VinylPhyle album, is anything to go by, then I will be partaking again if there are releases that are up my street. So that seems to be the good thing about this VinylPhyle series. It's not the same records over and over. They seem to be going down a different path to Chad Kassem and or UHQR or MoFi releases into this kind of slightly more off the beaten track rock and pop territory. I mean, this was a big selling LP globally and especially in the US, right? Millions of copies of it, but still not the typical release you'd think of. It's not a Miles Davis kind of blue. It's not Fleetwood Mac's Rumours. It's something a bit different, and I'm so glad it is, because this is a landmark LP for me. It was in 1996, and it is now. The packaging is superb too, as well as the records and the Sonics double gatefold. Sorry, it's got the. I think this must be standard with these Universal releases. It has the like a facsimile of the original master tape box, and also a story of the LP in the middle. So it has the feel of premium, but of course these VinylPhyle releases, it's quite expensive to bring it into the UK because of the taxes and postage, but these in the US are a lot cheaper than, for example, a UHQR or a MoFi one step. And so highly competitive, and hats off to Universal for this series. So if you have any hesitation, if you already love this LP because you're a Sheryl Crow fan, or if you just like great rock or pop and you want a premium pressing, then get hold of this. To me, this is her best LP of many good LPs. It's the one that's most reflective of her taste. She's a massive Stones fan, and the Let It Bleed influence coming through this, and the acoustic guitars and country tinges and blues and rock tinges and pop that come through on this, especially from someone as great a songwriter as Sheryl Crow, and everything from It's Hard to Make a Stand to Every Day is a Winding Road to a superb ballad on this, Home, and one of my favourites, Change Will Do You Good. It's a great LP. So as you can tell, this is a grail for me. I never thought I'd actually see it on vinyl and play it, and it's a wonderful spin. So highly recommended, and hopefully amongst all of this rubber soul obsession in a minute, somebody else reviews this Sheryl Crow LP, because it is worthwhile. And that I will leave you, and peace.